Now Kamala Harris, that's a different story than AOC personally.
Oh yeah,
She's looking
yeah.
good
You're gonna say that.
I don't
What
know,
are you saying? What are you saying, Eli?
I'm saying I don't want to say that about our vice president, but yeah.
You're saying that Willie Brown
I'd
was
say
right
all
for
I'm
doing what he
saying.
did?
All I'm saying is I think that she would be a great person to accompany on my next trip to Vegas.
I mean, she was pimped out for a while though. So
Let's watch what she has to
She
say
knows what
about
she's doing.
an American nightmare.
So yeah, the anniversary
J6.
of
Fellow
J6.
Americans, good morning.
Hi.
Certain dates echo throughout history, including dates that instantly remind all who have lived through them where they were and what they were doing when our democracy came under assault.
She sounds stuffed up.
Dates that occupy
It's true.
not only a place on our calendar,
She looks a little stuffed up too.
Where's her
but a
mask?
place in our collective memory. December
It's invisible. You can't see it.
1941.
You got some
Wait, wait.
heavies.
September 11th, 2001, and January 6th, 2021. On that day,
Really putting
I
them
was
all
not only
together.
vice president-elect, I was also a United States Senator.
Fake vice president elect.
And I was here at the Capitol that morning at a classified hearing with fellow members of the Senate Intelligence Committee.
She sounds like she's about to cry all the time.
Hours later, the gates of the Capitol were breached. I had left,
God damn it.
but my thoughts immediately turned not only to my colleagues, but to my staff, who had been forced to seek refuge in our office, converting
no.
filing cabinets
Forced to seek
into
refuge.
barricades.
All the people that send your kids
What
off
the
to war
extremists who roamed
huddling
these
under
halls
desks.
targeted was not only the lives of elected leaders. What they sought to degrade and destroy was not only a building, hallowed as it is. What they were assaulting were the institutions, the values,
This is so
the
rough.
ideals
Oh
that
my god.
generations of Americans have marched
Really laying it
picketed.
on thick.
and shed blood to establish and defend.
She keeps on reminding me of someone I've seen on Pornhub.
On January 6th, we all
She
saw
do got that facial structure
what our nation would look
and
like
some heavies.
I think it's the eyeshadow,
if the
to be honest.
forces who seek to dismantle our democracy,
She got the
are
anal beads
successful.
on her necklace, bro.
the lawlessness, the violence, the chaos,
I would have been more
What is
interested
at
if this
stake
was
then?
Obama saying it.
and now is the right to have our future decided the way the Constitution prescribes it. By we.
Oh my
people.
god. Imagine Kamala
All.
giving you a constitution.
You see how
lecture.
giddy
Wait,
she got to just
Yeah.
say
No,
that
yeah.
in
Cannot
general?
let our
Mhm.
future be decided
Duper's delight.
by those bent on silencing our voices,
She can like barely hold back the
overturning
laughter.
our votes, and peddling lies and misinformation by
Hmm.
some radical faction that may be newly resurgent,
Why are there still kids in
but
cages?
whose roots run old and deep.
Your roots run
When
old
I
and
meet
deep.
with young people, they often ask
Your roots need to be
about the
re-dyed.
state of our democracy, about January 6th. And what I tell them is
Like her-
January 6th reflects the dual nature of democracy
She's like still smiling.
She said it
its
about
wrong.
fragility
Uh-huh.
Reflects.
and its strength.
I know. She can't even like take it
You see,
seriously.
the
She knows it's
strength
bullshit.
of democracy is the rule of law. The strength of democracy is the principle
The rule of
that
law, like when people
everyone
were
should be
riding through the
treated
streets for
equally.
months on end in 2020 and you
that
let people out of
elections
jail.
should
I
be
know.
free
She
and
actively
fair,
funded people to get out of jail in the middle of the
corruption
towns.
You fucking
should be
break.
given no quarter.
Chaz and
All right,
Chop,
fuck.
bro.
All right.
Yeah, that's
pause
enough.
this.
Yeah,
let's
it's
give
fucking
her
as
too
hard
much
as
time
possible
to
to
begin with.
fucking get to.
That could put
I
me to
hate
sleep.
like the. I know for real. It's just like the fucking timbre in her voice is so bad. Like it's so
Yeah.
slow.
Terrible speech.
It's like
giver.
you're fucking just like saying each sentence like one at a time and shit. Like what the fuck? Like there's no cohesive flow.
Is there another way to do it?
Like no, I mean if you say like a statement
One
as
of
a phrase, like she's saying like each thing like it's independent of
Oh,
the next
yeah,
thing
yeah.
she's saying. You feel me?
Yeah.
Like that, like the way she's saying like this is like the end of the idea, but this speech is clearly written to be like one go. You know, you're supposed to deliver it with like you
Right.
know like some kind of like tie it all together real quick. But man, that was rough.
You
Bro.
know they're not serious about it because they didn't put like a signer right next to her.
Oh, no, they did on the
Yeah.
on TV. On
Oh,
TV.
yeah,
On
yeah,
TV
yeah.
it
On
was?
TV, they had the sign language.
There was the
person,
sign
yeah,
language.
Yeah.
That shit's too distracting for me. I can't like stop looking at it, so I had to put the video without the
Yeah,
sign
so
language person.
would you guys say that J6 was as bad as 9/11 or Pearl Harbor?
I'd say it was worse, bro.
I would
Okay.
say that man, not enough people got offed.
How was it? All right, how was it?
yeah.
How was it worse, Bobby? Lay it on us. Fucking bitch.
No,
look,
it's
look,
not
man.
even worse, dude.
Look.
It's so absurd that they're even trying to compare
Right.
these three things.
It's actually deeply offensive.
It's
quite
deeply
offensive.
offensive, bro. It's
And as
really
some-
bad.
As that's us saying it on this podcast. Like if
'Cause
we're
it's-
calling something
yeah.
offensive, like that's pretty bad.
It's
like
disrespect.
Who remembers what they were doing on the day of fucking J6? I was like, I think we were just like at the studio, just like being like, whoa, what's going on with this? Whoa, dude, look at this guy in the buffalo suit with the Viking helmet.
I was at work.
Dude, and it's like a lot of these people are facing like life in prison right now, and they've been in solitary.
I'm sorry, bro. I just want to say, if this was a real insurrection, bro, there would be so many more people dead, dude.
Right.
There'd be so many more. Like, the violence, if this was an actual, like, they were actually trying to overthrow the government and, like, kill these elected officials, they would have gotten at least one. Like, if
Right.
it was actually organized and it was actually, like, not just a bunch of people being stupid, but if it was actually like, oh, this is a government takeover.
Right.
We are going to prevent this election. This will not happen. Like, if it was actually like that, you would have had at least one congressman fucking dead, and not just
Right.
dead, murdered. You feel me?
Right.
Like,
And like what when you see insurrection or insurgency, that implies that it's like another state or another like foreign government. Like they're really comparing because it's like, obviously it was the Japanese that attacked on Pearl Harbor, and then it was
Al Qaeda.
Al Qaeda, whatever, attacking on 9/11. It's like, so but what happened directly after both of those two things happened? We went to fucking war. So it's like, what are you saying? Like by comparing these things, it's like, so what,
That's
we're gonna
exactly
go
what
to war?
they're-
That's like,
That's
yeah,
exactly
like
what-
fighting
that's
domestic
exactly what they're-
terrorism.
That's exactly what they're invoking right there.
They're turning and what's
and they're
the
turning
ultimate
they're
fucking
turning
irony?
the party into the because it wasn't any one group. No one group was like, we're here and we're taking the Capitol. It was like just a bunch of fucking idiots being like,
Right.
some people were like, yeah, we're taking the Capitol, but other people were
Right.
just like, what's going on in here? They're letting us in. Let's check it out. Like,
They're like,
is
oh,
it-
they built a gallows, and it's like a miniature size. It's like 4
they
feet
did
tall.
the same thing to fucking in Kenosha. They had a gallows and they
Mhm.
cut off a Trump mannequin's head.
Right. They do shit like that
like
all the
that's
time.
normal, bro.
Nobody
Like,
was armed, and then nobody was charged with terrorism. I'm not saying it was good, and mostly the reason that I'm saying it wasn't good is because this is now just used as ammo, like is just used as fodder for the Democrats. But it's what's really fucked up about it is a lot of the guys that were at the riot on January 6th that are so riled up about this shit. Guess what? Now you went and farted on Pelosi's desk. Now they're turning the fucking NSA, the deep state, all this shit. They're turning this shit. Oh, you thought they were just going to use it on get Al Qaeda? Well, guess what? All that shit that you voted for back in 2000, you're like, we need the deep state. We need all to have this shit to get rid of Al Qaeda, to get rid of terrorists. And it's like, guess what? Now they're turning it around on you because you farted on Pelosi's desk.
that's the way the cookie
See,
crumbles.
Can I just expect this to be a paid holiday next year?
J6.
Oh,
all right.
hey, okay, yeah,
Hey.
oh, interesting.
If
Maybe.
it's a paid holiday, then
Let's
there
see. I
must
think we
have
got
been
some more
something
J.
good that happened on that.
We got
day.
some more J6 news too. Let's keep
Yeah.
this. Let's see what's on the next slide here. I think we
Fellow
got.
Americans, good morning.
No, I
keep
don't
doing
like
it.
you.
Yeah,
No,
it's
you're,
all-
no,
it's
you're
just-
good,
it's
but
just the
Kamala
slideshows.
can
Yeah.
eat my booty.
I just had that.
And I want to start by thanking the heroic service.
Oh yeah,
of the
this is
men
what
and women
Republicans
who
think
serve
about the
alongside you.
insurrection.
This is Ted Cruz things,
We
at
are
least.
approaching a solemn anniversary this week, and it is an anniversary of a violent terrorist attack on the Capitol,
Cringe.
where we saw the men and women of law enforcement demonstrate incredible courage, incredible bravery,
Why does he look like
risk their
Wolverine,
lives,
bro?
to defend the men and women who serve in this Capitol.
He's
we are
fucking
grateful
facial
for
Chunky
that
Wolverine.
surge. We appreciate the selfless sacrifice of the men and women who keep us safe.
With their dongs between
And
their
I will
legs.
say, my view is that anyone who commits an act of violence should be prosecuted. And
It was
anyone
a
who
mostly
assaults
it was a mostly
law
peaceful
enforcement
protest.
officers
What are you
Right,
talking
no,
about?
exactly.
should go
But
to
there
jail
are
for
people
a
who are being
very
prosecuted
long
just for
time.
being there.
But just to call
And I
right,
think that's
pause
a
it for a second.
principle that is true.
The fact that they're calling it that he's calling it an act of terrorism is just patently false as well, because it's like, even though you might think, even though I agree that anyone that actually did assault anyone or commit any violent acts should be charged for those acts, but it's like they weren't charged with terrorism or insurrection.
I could
Most
see
people were charged with trespassing or assault at the worst, and they're getting like fucking probably
And
in jail
destruction
for
of
life
property,
and
yeah.
destruction of property. But
a
it's like
a federal property too,
Right.
which is a felony. So.
I could see if someone flew a fucking plane into it, you know.
Right, but
Then that's fucking
right,
terrorism.
exactly. And it's like, this is how much of a non-insurrection it was. Is it lasted for like 2.5 hours?
That's what I'm
You know what was
saying.
They literally
bro.
finished
Like,
the
if they
vote
were-
the same day.
If they were literally under siege, I swear to God, someone got their fucking head cut off. You feel me? Like if it was actually
Right.
like a really violent insurrection, and also too, like if you had like this much of an arm, first of all. No, your men and women of the police, they fucking directly weren't doing their fucking job. That's why it happened.
They
Someone
failed.
they either didn't prepare for it or someone told them not to do it.
Not to do it.
Not to do it, which I think is likely because we all saw what happened with Gavin Newsom when there was a fucking riot in Sacramento. That motherfucker called the dogs. There was the National Guard out like there was nothing. All the reserves were driving all out. We were trying to kick it at the studio. We're driving past the fucking army trucks, bro.
Yeah.
Like it you know, when they think there's an actual threat of shit hitting the fan,
Right.
that's when they do it. But then why didn't you think so with this? If it was such a big, dangerous MAGA crowd and there was potential for a rally,
literally-
why would you not do it? It's because you have Fedboys riling everybody up, talking shit, getting people to do stupid things,
Yeah.
and then you have no cops, and then the cops that are there just let everybody in, and one side, you know, to inflate it, because there were people climbing up and shit too, but on other parts of it, there were people just fucking walking right in.
Well, they're
to
kind of
different
waltzing
parts of it.
around, going through the velvet ropes, you know.
taking pictures and shit.
Yeah.
fucking-
Yeah, so it's dumb. It's dumb.
Yeah,
Let's
pretty
keep
much.
it.
Like Occupy Wall Street was worse than this.
Yeah.
I think it's on the same level, yeah. Because I actually saw Occupy Wall Street when I was a kid. Because we went down to the LA courthouses and I saw one of the protests and like you know they were everywhere, bro. It was a fat protest. Like they were all posted up all over the
Right.
fucking government building and shit.
Right.
Just kicking it and stuff, you know.
And it's like, and it's just fucked up how it's like, okay, so if you're at all have any questions about the validity of the election, I'm not really going to say anything one way or the other on that. But it's like, if you are anywhere sympathetic with like the cause of any of these people, you're like, oh, you're a domestic terrorist. But it's like, okay, then it's like, then why does BLM, you know, people who affiliate with BLM not have to own up for, you know, the fact that
Antifa fucking
they're
burn-
Antifa are all
Antifa,
fucking
Antifa
a bunch of
is-
pedos,
They're
dude.
fucking bunch of pedos and they're burning down fucking communities of color. They're actively fucking
Right.
destroying fucking small businesses owned by fucking, you know, Arab people and Hispanic people and you know, Asian people, but none of that fucking matters,
Right.
you know. But
And it's like literally these people work like it's like little memas coming in with like little mini American flags, being like, "Oh wow!" We're like it looks like a fucking like a high school college prank gone horribly wrong. Where it's just like they're like, "Whoa, we actually made it in," you know. And ironically, it's the fucking People's House or whatever, you know. So it's just funny where it's like just the complete double standard, right? Where it's like where it's like, well, you know, people should be able to, you know, legally migrate over the border, and that's fine because it's government property, so it belongs to all people of Earth, apparently. But then when it comes to, it's like, oh, so then should people just be able to walk inside the Capitol? You mean the People's House? Oh, no, absolutely not.
Well, I
that's
straight
our
up said-
holy, sacred land of fucking democracy.
and I was saying that straight up left wingers be like, oh, the working class needs to rise up and strike against the government. And then it's like this shit happens and it's like,
Right.
not like that. That's bad. That's
Right.
really bad. And it's
No,
all,
exactly.
no, this is more the working class than most of you motherfuckers. You're all fucking bougie, spoiled
Right.
ass
They're
little
just
bitches
mad.
who are
I
fucking
would've-
raised on idyllic fucking shit rather than having to put up with any fucking bullshit.
Right.
Yeah.
I would have respected BLM more if they went more for I'm not saying this like out of like, but you know, if they went more for police precincts and city hall, I would have respected that more than just
They
like
were at
taking
first.
down car
They
lots and
weren't-
like
they
random people's
were-
businesses.
They were at first, and then the feds got involved and
Mhm.
started just burning everything else.
yeah.
Because when it first popped off, it was the police precincts, and that's what made everybody to be like, "Oh shit, this shit's for real this time."
Yeah.
You know, this is something's gonna give this time. Was when they burned down the precincts. Anyways, we got more shit on this, so let's keep the ball rolling here. We got, I think it's the fucking just the Tucker Carlson gets fucking
Yeah,
So
so-
he's gonna fucking get confronted about this
Yeah,
because
about calling it an
not
act of
about calling
terrorism.
it terrorism because no one's been charged with terrorism. They've all been charged with trespassing and
You
assault.
never use words carelessly, and yet you called this a terror attack when by no definition was it a terror attack. That's a lie. You told that lie on purpose, and I'm wondering why you did.
What I was referring to are the limited number of people who engaged in violent attacks against police officers. Now, I think you and I both agree that if you assault a police officer, you should go to jail.
Shifting the goalposts.
That thousands of peaceful protesters supporting Donald Trump are somehow terrorists. I wasn't saying the millions of patriots across the country supporting President Trump are terrorists.
What you just said doesn't make sense. So if somebody assaults a cop, he should be charged and go to jail. I couldn't agree more. We have said that for years. But that person's still not a terrorist.
Of course, it would be ridiculous for me to be saying that the people standing up and protesting to follow the law were somehow terrorists. I was talking
That
about
is what he
people who
said.
commit
That's literally what he
violence
said.
against cops, and you and I both agree.
But even
if
them,
you
it's
commit
not-
violence against cops, you should go to jail. I have referred to people.
That's not even
who
what they're
violently
arguing
That's
about.
not
assault
what he's
police
saying.
officers as
Exactly.
terrorists. I've done so over and over and over
Oh wait,
again. If you look at all
rewind that
the
real quick.
assaults we've seen
This
across
shit
the country,
pisses me off right here. This
if you
shit
commit
pisses.
violence against cops, you should go to jail.
Wait, no.
I have referred to people who violently assault police officers as terrorists. I've done so over and over and over again. If you look at all the assaults we've seen across the country, I've called that terrorism over and over again. That being said, Tucker, I agree with you. It was a mistake to say that yesterday, and the reason is what you just said.
It was a
which is
mistake for
we've
his
now
career.
had a year of Democrats and the media twisting
he's gonna get
words
shit on, bro.
and trying to say that all of us are terrorists, trying to say you're a terrorist, I'm a terrorist.
And you're agreeing with them,
just
you
don't
fucking
believe
shill,
you.
bro.
And I mean that with respect.
At least he's calling him out though. Like,
Yeah.
dude, I've said this before, but it's like I don't think that Tucker Carlson is on the level of like Bill O'Reilly or Rush Limbaugh. He's totally his own thing, and for him to confront this motherfucker like that, to me, just shows it right there. The fact that he's gonna confront someone on the fucking Republican for saying something fucking stupid.
Right. Like who is,
Obviously for shill points, like
who is Ted Cruz trying to appeal to?
fucking he's trying to fucking appeal to people who are like, see, even Ted Cruz denounces because he's such a big name, like
Right. It's
yeah,
crazy,
this is
man.
fucking retarded. He's stupid. No, I hate that shit though. He's all like, I've been saying that people that attack police should be considered terrorists for a long time, and it's like they've been trying to do that for a long time. Make attacking police or calling like verbally assaulting a police, like calling it a hate crime or saying fuck the pigs is hate speech, which would just obviously make
That's
everything
hilarious,
like.
dude.
Why would you try to fucking spout that right now, bro? Like,
That's
period. Like
hilarious.
that's
Watch-
fucking that shit pisses me the fuck off.
Watch
bro.
that actually becomes the law, and then saying like "fuck the pigs" like becomes hate speech, and then a bunch of leftists
They-
get in trouble
dude.
for hate speech. Then they'd be like, "What about free speech?"
They've
It's
been
like,
trying
oh,
to,
yeah.
They've been trying to do that shit since like 2015 or 16,
Right.
trying to make fucking saying fuck the pigs or attack or
They've
hitting
been
the cops
trying to-
a hate crime.
They've been trying to do that since fucking NWA put out "Fuck the Police." dog.
Honestly,
But
though,
no,
pretty
okay,
much.
but who,
Cop killer, bro.
But nobody even killed any cop. Well, there's a cop that died, but it was a whole fucking thing where it's just a big fake news thing about how they said, oh, like someone bludgeoned him over the head with a fire extinguisher and he died. But it's like, he didn't actually die from that. He had like a heart attack like days later. So it's like
Even-
it could have been induced by the stress, but it's like that's not directly the same thing as like they didn't come in gunning people down. It's not like no one showed up with a gun. They're like, oh my God, this guy has zip ties. That's the worst thing they could find was the guy who had zip ties. And then they're
One
like,
I mean, Q Shaman had oh my God, remember they're like, he has a spear. And it's like, it's a flag. It's an American flag is
Right.
what he had.
right.
A
flag can be a weapon.
I'm not going to condone,
Halo.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Yep, I know. You could Gaddafi. Do the Gaddafi, yeah. Yeah, some butthole work.
Shit. What else was I about to say about that?
Gaddafi.
Man, that just like totally
Gaddafi.
just rammed through my train of thought there.
But either way, this guy's stupid. For everybody's trying to jump on the cheese, bro. Everybody's trying to jump on the hype, bro. And this was so chicken shit. Like,
Yeah.
yeah. I don't know. Let's see what else.
Because
We got one more.
Trump really did hype these people up too. Oh yeah.
I mean, he hyped him up, but
He hyped
there we go. Perfect background picture.
You sent.
Yeah,
Dude,
this would be sick. I think this would actually be a great movie, even if it was like a bullshit propaganda piece. I think this would be hilarious.
But what's fucked up though, and where I'm gonna say like fuck you about Trump is that like if he actually supported these people, you know, it's just like it's just he's like, okay, we gotta all go out and like protest and make our voices be heard, and it's like this is where the left is actually just way better at politics than the right, because the left will constantly get people out of jail, get people, you know, pay for people's bail, do like GoFundMe's to release people out of jail who've like done horrible things and like horrible, unspeakable things to children a lot of the time. Meanwhile, Trump gets these people all, I mean, he didn't call for violence. He did say, you know, peacefully make your voices be heard. Like he didn't call for violence specifically, but at the same time, he did get a bunch of Q-tards fucking riled up. And those were like his most hardcore fans. And then when they were being arrested, some of them justifiably, some of them not. And some of the way that they've been treated, he didn't do shit about them. He didn't start a fucking legal defense fund for them. He didn't do fucking shit. He abandoned those people completely. And I think he kind of like hurt his own capability of being able to run again and actually win, because I think a lot of people got really soured on Trump after he completely abandoned all the people that were like, trust the plan, trust the plan. Like, he did nothing for them. Really.
I think that trusting the plan is a inherently, individualist kind of problem, to be honest with you. He did get people riled up, just like, I mean, that's what politicians do. They get people riled up. I do think that it's really obvious there was definitely some sort of setup going on with it, but also, too, again, you get people getting stupid. I don't think he said anything that directly incited violence, especially not shit. I mean, fuck, you literally had Kamala Harris saying, keep doing what you're doing.
Right.
It's working regarding the riots.
And paying
people's bail fund, even though they were committing fucking like hella assault, hella violence, hella vandalism, hella arson, which once again, out here in California, arson's a big deal. So they're paying people's fat bails for, arson shit and, other countries too, or other states. But,
right. Well, it's like at the and Kamala's the worst even, because she was paying all these like violent criminals bail, while at the same time, when she was the district attorney or whatever, she was keeping all these non-violent drug offenders in fucking jail, so they would have more people to use as slave firefighters, basically.
Yep, fire rangers.
So it's like,
it's crazy.
Yeah, and she was sending people to jail for fucking their kids being late to school. Remember that shit?
No, not
like when we were in middle school, dude, in fucking California, where it's like, oh, if your kid's tardy too many days, your parents are gonna get fucking arrested.
Damn,
that shit
what
happened.
The fuck? That's
like
crazy.
They really went ham with that for tardiness at school. It's like, hey,
That's
you're not
crazy.
bringing your kid early enough into school to get indoctrinated, so now you're gonna go to jail. Meanwhile, letting all actual violent criminals back on.
That's
the
why I
streets.
say, dude, is that all like Obama era shit was wild too. Everybody loved to think like, oh, look, Obama, Democrats, they're cool. It's like, no, bro, they were crazy too. They were doing all this kind of shit a long time ago. Let's see what's next here. I think we got let's see what's oh yeah, this is the Fed boy here.
Okay, so for anyone that doesn't know, what was his name? Richard Epps, or what is it? Something Epps.
Something Epps, yeah.
Ray Epps. Ray Epps.
Louis McPeepee.
Louis McPeepee. This is a live stream, so this is just various clips. It's a long video. We don't have to watch the whole thing, but a lot of people think that this is a agent provocateur that has been placed amongst. This is January 5th, the night before the Capitol.
I just have to point out that it says that Louis McPeepee sent Ann Diamond, and the grammatical error is driving me insane.
He sent them diamonds.
He sent that
And
diamond.
Diamond.
And diamond. Interesting.
This is crazy. So,
Let's see.
people think that this guy's a Fed and that he was basically trying to rile people up and get people to enter the Capitol on the 6th. And you can see, like, people that were there were like, oosh, I'm not going in there. What the fuck? But, yeah, let's check it out.
No! Oh, wow!
Obviously a cop.
You'll know him when you see him. Here he is.
That's what it's about.
And this guy's had no charges placed on him at all. Whereas Q Shaman is in fucking jail for a long time.
Yeah, and they're keep your focus, and they're violating the Constitution. It doesn't matter.
Doesn't he look like a
Doesn't matter.
general?
We're not.
He does. He looks like a fucking fake.
Looks like a football coach.
Is that a cop?
Great.
Yeah, literally everybody, like, they're like, LOL, these dumb MAGA idiots. But even them were able to tell. They're like, yeah, no. And that guy too, the guy with the mustache.
Undercover agent type.
That guy who's like an Antifa guy. That other guy that was filming?
Oh, they're gonna stop
shit.
our video on it.
Oh no, it was into it.
Hold up, I got it's the Constitution. Yeah, but when BLM and Antifa are burning down our cities and destroying our country, it doesn't matter right now. Yes, it does. That's breaking the Constitution. It does not matter right now. That's breaking the Constitution. You're losing focus. No, I'm not. Yes, you are. How? You don't know me. You're fighting with me. I'm not fighting with you. I'm just debating. You're wanting to beat somebody up. It's not worth it, man. When did I ever say that? Constitution. I never said I want to beat anyone up. Okay, I'm not going to argue with you. I want to stand up for a right. I agree with you. But tonight, you know what? What? You can bring...
Glowy tactics. Like, all these people in the chat are like, nah. They're like calling this guy's bullshit out.
We're here to defend the Constitution. Right, and what did our founding fathers do in 1776 over a tax on tea, which is much less than this bullshit, dude? Yeah, well... I'm just saying. Come on. We're far beyond that. If you're about... We're far beyond that. Oh, yeah. You know that. I know. In fact, tomorrow, I don't even like to say it because I'll be arrested. Well, let's not say it. We need to go. I'll say it. All right. We need to go in. Shut the fuck up, Boomer. To the
Nice.
Base Fed posting? Right.
Base Fed posting, bro.
Into the Capitol. I didn't see that coming. Okay.
Hey, at the end of the day, y'all. Organization founded by George Soros.
Base, hey. What's your Telegram, baby?
Shit.
Shit, take me out to dinner, baby.
Hey, hold on. You're losing focus.
You're losing focus.
It's not about them.
I know.
She's hot as fuck. Another chat. I've never seen this actual video before. This is great.
The dude in the back is grinning so.
Yeah.
I know, it looks like OG Swagger Dick back there, bro. He hella actually does look like OG Swagger Dick. Right there with the glasses.
Looks like Token. All the comments are just like, Boomer, and then like, she's hot.
Fucking stupid booter, NPC, Fed.
Wait, was that the... Was that? Oh, I thought that was the Q shaman for a second with the fur coat. This is not the video that I saw, but there might be another one. But this is the day before.
This is from the night before.
Right.
The night before.
So he was also there the day of. But yeah, you get the idea.
Yeah.
We must find this man's social media.
Dude, I don't know if he has any because he's probably a fucking glowy, dude.
Yeah, dude.
That's what everybody. I don't know.
Well,
I don't know.
You notice too, he keeps on saying like it's about the Constitution. It's about the Constitution, but it's like he's not actually talking about like anything like at all. Really, he's all like, you need to stay focused. Like
he said, you just need to go inside. Because I think they were trying to argue it's like, no, we're not going to do what BLM does and go and like commit property damage and trespassing and all this kind of different stuff. They're like, we're actually not going to do that. We're just going to protest. And he's like, no, you got to go in. And everybody's like, why?
Yeah,
like even them. It's like even these guys.
I mean, look at these kids. These kids
they're like,
too.
no.
By the way, look.
They're like, I'm not a fucking idiot. I'm not gonna go inside the Capitol. I mean, you know, if you get, that's the thing. I mean, there was what, like 100,000 people at J6. I hate that I'm calling it J6 now.
I know they fucking did it, bro.
Yeah. There was like 100,000 people there or whatever, and it's like a very small fraction of them actually went inside the Capitol. In the same way that there's been plenty of BLM rallies where the vast, 90-something% of people aren't doing anything wrong, but then, you know, there's crazy people that go
and again, it's accountability, bro. It's like if you went in the Capitol, especially if you went in there, started smashing stuff and took pictures of yourself, R.I.P.
You're a useful idiot.
You fucking played yourself.
You played yourself hard.
Also, too, you know, it's like people have getting their careers fucking destroyed because they were just at this rally, you know? Or one dude was like, he was in the area, saw like what was going on, went, checked it out for a bit, left before the riot even started, and he got dropped from his record label, bro. For fucking.
Oh, you're talking about Ariel Pink?
Yes.
Yeah. That's right. That feels weird.
Either way, that's.
And then there was also like super edgy conservative Nick Fuentes was there, and then he got on the no-fly list after that.
Ooh, that's a big one.
Hey, fun fact. You guys know about Nick Fuentes, man? He's like the most banned person from anything. I think he's kind of a dumbass, honestly, but I've watched like some of his. Like him like debating people. He's actually like debated Dave Smith recently on just like like libertarianism versus he's more of one of those guys where it's like oh, like we just have to take over the government and then use it for our base right-wing stuff, where it's just like, yeah, doesn't everyone want to fucking do that?
Right.
Everyone wants to fucking do that. Everybody wants the fucking ring, right? You know, they can't just throw the ring in the volcano. They have to take the ring for themselves and then claim power.
Right, dude.
And it's like,
Yeah.
he got himself fucked up, dude, by just like asking too many questions, and he got banned from YouTube, Facebook, PayPal. He's like unbanked and off the fly list now.
That's
pretty
crazy.
wild. I don't think he deserves all that, but
It's wild that
I
they
don't
could
agree
do-
with the guy either, though.
That's wild that they can do that in general. But let's see here. Let's keep it rolling. Keep the Fed ball rolling here. Oh yeah.
Oh, dude, R.I.P. the
R.I.P.
goat.
Norm
Norm.
Macdonald, bro. He calling it like he's seen it, bro. I love the violent series. Make sure to respect the Velvet Road's statutory hall.
Right.
Regardless of what you say, this picture right here just fucking smashes your narrative of like, you know, it's like not everybody there was being a goon. Probably people just didn't know what the fuck was going
There
on.
was no Molotovs.
Follow the crowds. I hate to say it, but it's like, you know, people were being sheeple, bro. Like,
And they just got let in.
Wow,
yeah, they just got let in, bro.
They're just letting us in.
If they're like,
What?
what? Do we get to watch, bro? Is there gonna be a big like? Are they gonna do a big speech saying
Is this a
like?
reenactment?
Yeah, they're gonna be like, oh, is this a big speech saying that they're gonna delay the vote? What?
Right.
Yeah.
And then like there was this whole thing about, you know, the cop that shot Ashley Babbitt never got any charges either, I don't think.
Which is again,
is
everybody
questionable, right?
was
Because-
so happy that Ashley Babbitt got fucking shot. Which
Right.
everybody, that's so fucking
Such an
wild. to me.
inversion.
So fucking cynical, so disgusting that you're okay with extrajudicial killings if it's against people you don't like.
Right.
Like that's
all
fucked.
all cops are bastards except for the Capitol Police. It's like, okay, where you, it's like that's just, I mean, whatever. It's not like I can
And
yell
it's
these
like-
people for
and
being
it's like-
logically inconsistent
and it's
because
like
that's all
fucking-
they fucking do.
Yeah.